Although for one of my pole arms, that's a pretty straight one.
I'm gonna have a pole arm after this.
Too calm.
Yeah, he could probably. I don't know if he feels comfortable being able to pop it.
Oh!
Lost was good.
Good thing my shield was there to hold him up, right?
Yeah, you had like literally all of that exchange was off camera.
What happened?
You backed so far off, I don't think any of that was on camera at the end. But that's okay. So you see how our arms are real tight in.
Okay.
Generally, you're giving up range. It keeps you tighter so you can kind of throw through it. But you're giving up a lot of range, and you're giving up range in a way that is.
Okay, so you say it's better to actually hold her up.
It's generally good to be out a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you don't see a lot of martial arts people doing this.
Sometimes I do this just to fake my range out, just to get them to come a little bit closer to me.
Yep. Well, and you can do that too, but the way you do that is you keep your range out. You engage the weapon, right? And then you walk under it. Well, you don't. The tips they never change the distance of the tips. They cross and they see that, and then you move back and forth and you walk in on it. It'll give you some range in there, and then you can capitalize on it
instead of holding it back.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll show that to you. At some point.
I do that all the time, holding it back. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm cheating range, but
There's a way to do it that's sneakier. I'll try to remember to show you tomorrow, or remind me tomorrow.
okay.
It's another deception tactic, right? So.
I think that's a pretty wide lens.
Well, I've got it narrower so it can be a closer shot. It could be as wide as that street to all the way over to that pavilion.
Yeah,
But but then the view of it gets distorted.
Yeah.
The transition's
Not much.
too rapid.
That felt weird. How'd that feel weird?
She caught you square in the breastplate, so it probably she's not extending weight through the shot, so it's just like a wrist shot with a thrust.
Okay,
Right? So it's a stabby, but it hit right here.
Okay, so probably good.
Probably power might have been a little iffy. Her forward momentum probably helped it some, but because you're not in sync, right? Like your power's not hitting with your steps. Your hands are moving independent of your body weight. So sometimes they're lining up and sometimes they're not. So that first one, I'm gonna guess, and this is a guess, that you probably were not expecting it to land quite so cleanly, because it was pretty clean looking.
Yeah, it was so
But I don't think the power was there because the movement was wrong.
That's why I stopped fighting, because I was like, that should have been real good.
Yeah, should have been, but everything didn't come together smoothly there.
Okay.
But on the other side of that, don't take that as a complete negative. That's just something to work on. But the fact that you managed to get that close and still keep a thrust that worked is an improvement. Because your thrust game is what you've been working on. That's an unusual place to thrust from that range for you. And you did a pretty good job, not just with that shot, but the follow-ons, although a little off, were also pretty good. So there's good to take out of that, even if the power wasn't, perfect.
No, I see what you're saying. I'm picking
Yeah.
up.
But you want to try to kind of time those with your weight transfer one way or another, because then they'll pop better.
Okay.
We're just practicing, but kind of. All right, let's go. You're on kid duty. Yeah, you gotta learn how to do this. You don't want me doing it. I'll go there with it.
Probably right. You are probably right. I want to scare the kid.
Hold it, or inside.
I was gonna say it landed.
Well, see how she keeps her hands so close on that sometimes, though?
Well,
It can be very confusing on what's a butt spike and what's a golf.
a lot of the shots tend to be more like on the body and then like a shove instead of a pop. So
The timing's off.
Yeah, because it's shoving something.
Because if she could expose the butt spike out a couple inches, even 1 inch away from her gauntlet, and time it with a pop instead of a push, it would feel more like an actual shot and not like a mistake.
Yeah.
And that's a common problem for butt spikes.
yeah, I know. I've had to think about a few. I have to look down at her handle it. Oh, okay. No, that was not a point. That was a
Yeah, because one of the fights in the Rose Tourney at the golf course, had a guy on his knees and he basically took his sword here and then just rode it up.
Yeah.
There was no stab, and I could even, as it was a push, not a stab, and you'd see him like, yeah, you're right. Like, he was hoping for it.
I had someone that's like, no, it's good, even if it's a push.
Well, you can push someone all over the field and you're not going to get through their armor. That's kind of a thing, right? So you can put a ton of power. Like I could push you at 180 pounds on a front, and it's still not going to be good.
Yeah.
Even if it was a real one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but if you do a pop at half that power, it's still going to
Yeah,
go
no,
through.
totally.
So it's a weirdness of how things work. Like I can take and push you with my hand, or I can pop you like that, which is a fraction, and you're not going to like the second.
Right. So true. Yeah.